gentlemen, welcome to the Sid and Ong podcast episode
6.
6. We got a special one today, people.
Yeah,
We
very
got
special.
a special one. It's going to be a all-around Arsenal pod today. We
Yes.
got a guest. He's coming on soon.
Yep.
I'm going to be introducing him soon once he gets on.
Yep.
But before we get our guest on, we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do have a lot to talk about.
Champions League. Oh, what a letdown by Arsenal. And then also we're going to talk about the top 3 race in the Premier League right now. It is heating up. It is getting spicy. And I am loving it. We're going to talk about the Carabao Cup. It's a love-hate relationship. I wanted Chelsea to win, but I also wanted Liverpool to win. But right now, I can't seem to stand Liverpool fans. It's like they're doing a little too much. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about the Midtable mandem.
Midtable mandem.
I have no clue who you're picking.
No,
I want to let the rest of our audience know I do not know.
It's a different team this week, people.
And it's a different team. You heard it from the man himself. And we're also going to give flowers today. There's a couple of people I have in mind that I would love to give flowers to today. So, are you ready to go, my guy?
I'm very ready to go.
All right. We're hoping for an exciting show today. Let's go.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right, we are back, and we have a guest for you today. It's a special episode. It's our very first episode. So let me introduce our guest. I got a whole written list here. You ready for this, Sim?
Yes, I'm very
On
ready.
the pod today, we have a special guest, our very first guest. Okay, he's a proper gooder. As you can see by what he's wearing. Shout out to you for that one. He's also a fragrance enthusiast. So if you want to smell good, if you want to know what cologne to wear and what time of the season, just reach out to him. All right. He's also a former U12 coach with a staggering record, I might add, of 24-1. That is some ungodly number right there. Also, he's also an aviation enthusiast. If you want to know everything about some flying in the air, you got the right man. And finally, he is an aerospace engineer. How many times I said you get a chance in life to walk past and have a conversation with an aerospace engineer? I know for sure I'm not anywhere near as smart as he is. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Sid and Ong Show. Kool-Aid, what? Give him a round of applause. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We've been trying to do this for the last, 3 weeks now?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
I am excited you were here. So we're going to jump into, if you're not an Arsenal fan today, it might as well just skip us. Because
Oh my God.
We're
We're
still
going to do a
listening.
lot of Arsenal talk today, okay?
Listen, though.
All right, so
We can actually spread it across. To be honest, I have a lot of friends who are very interested in listening to this. So if you don't mind, I'm going to throw a band. So I have a little band for these guys
please
as well.
do.
Yeah.
Tag them. Send me their handle so I can tag them too.
Sure.
Please
sure,
do.
sure,
Please
yeah.
feel free. All right. So, the very first thing we're going to talk about is, let's start on a side note and then we'll move towards the Champions League. What did you think about that? What were your thoughts about that Champions League, that game against Porto, and how Arsenal did? Tell me your breakdown of it.
Okay.
Wait,
First.
Oh,
Okay. No, Sib, go first. I'm going to listen to you
me?
first. Yeah, sure.
right. So, first of all, I'm pretty disappointed, to be honest, because according to the stats, because obviously I was at school, getting smarts, and maybe I'll be like this guy. Be like, more smart,
Yeah.
So, and I think, I came back home and looked at the stats. And I'm seeing the stats like 0 shots on target. 0. I'm like, interesting. So I don't know. It's kind of disappointing, I feel like I watched the highlights, they did all right. You know what I mean? But Porto was seemed like they were very difficult to play. So,
Yeah, what do you think, Kool-Aid? What's your assessment of that game?
Okay, first, I'd say my very first reaction after the game, I was very disappointed. I remember when that goal went in, because there's this big Guna community out here in Boston, and we have a huge spot where we watch games. And it was midweek, right after work, headed out there, saw the game in the park with the different guys, and I was excited about the games for you. Like, it played all right. I won't say it played well, but then right after the goal went in, I got up, I left, and I started thinking about so many things. Like, this is not good. This is not good. At first, at the first half, we had ball, right? We had them. We had them. They couldn't come out. They know they know what elements we made of. Like you could see the passes, the ball was flowing, but there was something missing. And I could tell from the very like from the very 2-3 minutes, I could tell that these players are not experienced enough. Or how would I put it? They're not.
They were not ready. They were not ready for the level of the Champions League. They were not yet.
The Champions League is different. And see, I don't know if you've I don't know how long you've been an Arsenal fan. I remember in 2005 when we had the finals in Barcelona, and I could remember that was the first time I actually saw a game that I couldn't eat dinner after the game because I was that sad, like I was bad, like I cried at the finals. So there is a level to where you get to. Yeah, there's a level where you get out of the Champions League, and you can see the tension on the players themselves. In the first 2 minutes, Declan Rice got a yellow card. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? That right there will tell you what the mindset of every player is. He's supposed to be the steel in the middle, right? He's supposed to be the guy for us. And you could see when Saliba passed the ball to him, I think it was the chants of the crowd. He couldn't. And right there, I knew that we had something that was going to go not so well. But then also have 0 shots on target. I'll tell you this. I keep going on and on. This was the plan. Arsenal was going to go there and do a smash and grab. That was what Arsenal was going to do.
Yeah.
Arsenal was going to go there, do a smash and grab. But as much as we wanted to do that, they had we know for a fact that there's something called football heritage, right? Which is they've been there. They know what it is to play under the lights. European game. We've not been there. Saka's not been there. 85% of our players, I think, apart from Jorginho, Havertz, Declan Rice played in the Europa Cup. I said so. I also just Havertz and Doug. No one has seen that level of intensity. I tell you, this is not an FA Cup. This is not a Carling Cup. This is not a Premier League. This is a Champions League. So overall, I'd say that be disappointing, but I think we can bring it home. I think we can bring it home.
I think what Arsenal did this weekend is what they should have done in Porto. I think they should have brought in Jorginho in the bottom of that midfield trio to really kind of, because contrast of the game we watched this weekend and contrast of what they did, I also think that Porto set a trap for Arsenal where it forced us away from Saka's side. Every time that ball goes to Saka's side, it's like they had 3 players just kind of umbrella in right there, so he has to go backwards. They wanted to push the ball to Martinelli's side a little more. And I felt like we fell for that too much. And there was we needed a midfield general. Right? Go ahead.
So look at our game, right? Look at our game. Yeah. And I do a lot of tactical analysis. I know for a fact that when you have Rice at the base of your midfield protecting those defenders, you have Havertz and Trossard doing the inter-switch, right? And you have Odegaard, who's supposed to actually be a 10, but because Rice is not, don't get me wrong, he's a baller, but he's not a proper carrying midfielder, right? He wouldn't split those passes in. He would protect, do the necessary, tidy things up. So we need, like just like Roman said, right? We needed that base of Jorginho and Declan Rice to do it. Look at what we did to Newcastle. We took them out. So I usually watch games again. And I just saw the first half again. In a very long time, I've never seen us put our hands in the throat of an opponent.
I think we
so much like that.
I think we thoroughly spanked on Newcastle, and I think I blame that Champions League game. I blame Arteta. I think he tried to oversimplify it. Where it's just like we're just gonna do the same thing, go out to the win, and try. You don't change the winning side, right? I get that, but that's why you bring a guy like Jorginho to Arsenal, right? You see the difference. I feel like every game Jorginho has played this season, except maybe one, that midfield has been solid.
Yeah.
Right, because he can sit back and take that pressure. And he's also one thing I think I underrated him for is his passes.
Yeah.
Great passes.
See,
And I think we could have used that. We could have used that.
there is something in football called registrar. And I
Yes.
think the last registrar we actually saw was Perlo and the likes of those guys. I think
Like,
Joe
yeah.
is another guy. And this is what you are right there. The base, you don't have to have the legs to be able to run.
Yeah.
But you have to watch those runs. And you're gonna miss 100% of shots you don't take, right? It is quite different from Bruno Fernandes. Right? They want Bruno Fernandes to play that role in Manchester, maybe not so much, and all he does is spam crosses, spam passes.
Yeah.
George doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. He watches, he talks to the players. Like, you have to
Yeah.
look at that. Look at that Kai Havertz goal. Look at that Kai Havertz goal.
That's
Did you see
where
the
I was
run?
going next.
Did you see the run?
It's like
Yeah.
there was one semi-run that looked like a run, but wasn't. It wasn't like a. And then yeah,
And you saw right there, you could see Martinelli went down way. Martinelli plays on the left wing, right? And this is about being able to. That's something I wished. Okay, I wished we could have gotten out of Thomas Partey, right? Because Thomas Partey is that guy that can actually do it. So I think that was part of the plan why they didn't let him go.
I mean, while we're on that topic, I'm very excited about one thing. I know Partey has been ready for the last 3 weeks. But they are making sure I watch every interview,
Training
training
sessions.
videos. I know that he's ready, but I think they're being extra cautious.
Yeah.
Because I think what happens now is the last 12, 13 games left now, you start rotating the Conte, a Jorginho, a Rice in that midfield and allow. I actually think Arsenal can get better.
Yeah.
Partey can make those passes too.
He can. Yes,
It's
he can.
my old coach used to say your best ability is availability. If you're not available, you have no ability.
And that's why everyone that trolls shades on Kai Havertz, including myself, because including myself, I'm being honest. I somewhat kind of just want him in the lineup for some reason now because he's available. He's always available.
Yeah. 700.
That I think people forget how big, tall he is, and how much of a machine he is. Look at if you go back 2 weeks ago. Look at that Liverpool game. He was giving those two center back hell.
He was a menace. He was a menace in that game. You can see and preseason, Mikel Arteta said something. He said, "Oh, Kai Havertz physical player compared to Granit Xhaka." And I was like, wait, what was he talking about? Now I see it, right? Physicality is quite. I mean, you look at the physical both players and you say, oh, obviously it's Granit Xhaka, but now I really understand what physicality is all about. It's about you being durable. Kai Havertz is durable. Like I'm not even lying to you. Now I see his shortcomings. He will run into spaces all day long. What will he do with the ball? I don't think he does much with the ball, to be honest. I really think that. And this is me. It's not sentiment. I'm an Arsenal supporter. I love everybody.
I agree.
I feel that he does least with the ball.
Yeah.
My thing with him is I don't believe he's a true out and out center midfielder. And I do not think he's a 9. He works great in that space between that attacking midfielder and that forward. Kind of like you know how like in the old school games, they'll have like 3 CAM left attacking midfielder, third attacking right, that kind of formation. But also don't really play that style. But I see, and he's actually. You know, we had an episode a while ago on our show where we call Flowers. He's actually the one I'm giving flowers to this week. Because the job he does, if you are not a soccer enthusiast that really understands the game, you'll miss it.
You will miss it.
You will
miss it. And every time I talk to someone, I tell a conclude and say, Kai Havertz is a nuisance to the opponent. He is a nuisance. That's it. If you look at what he does, like you give Kai the ball, he wouldn't drive with the ball. I don't know if you noticed that. He's gonna give the ball playing to the nearest person, well, I could see those runs he's making. I could
Exactly.
see those runs, and in recent time, the last 2-3 weeks, I could see the combination he's having with Leo Trossard, right? It's incredible. Ian Trossard, it's
I have a
incredible.
question for you. What do you think Trossard needs to do more to get more playing time? Because when he comes in and Havertz comes in, I think Trossard plays that left side where Martinelli plays sometimes, but not quite. Is a very different winger than Martinelli, right? He can push that inside. What do you think Trossard needs to do to get more playing time? Because every time he comes in, he's a difference maker. Go ahead.
Okay.
So one opinion I have, I think the guy looks like he doesn't sleep. So maybe Arteta's just worried. The guy looks like
Well,
lost.
he doesn't sleep, right? Watch. So he came from there to Brighton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then now to Arsenal, right? And look at his role he played in Brighton. Under not the Cherby right now. The one
previous coach. Yeah.
yeah. And you can see that they never really used. They play a 3-5-2.
Yeah,
Brighton
yeah.
played a 3-5-2, and when the defending is 5-3-2, and he was never an out and out striker.
Yeah.
But he had the most amount of goals in Brighton. Now he came into Arsenal, right? Do you know Leonard Trossard is not the fastest player in the Arsenal squad? He doesn't have the best positioning either. I don't think you've noticed. But I'll tell you one thing: Leonard Trossard has is the best finisher in Arsenal.
Yeah.
He is the best finisher in Arsenal, and I'm not even making this up because of like if you Gabriel Jesus is not the best. Like he is a good footballer. He's a good footballer, right? He's a complete footballer. But Leonardo Trossard will finish better than anyone that I think in an Arsenal shirt right now. So
it's still with his right foot.
Well, as a manager, if I was the guy there right now, I know he's not physical. He doesn't have the strength. He's not that durable. If you just don't know, he's not that durable. You just have to manage those minutes so that when he comes in, he can be your joker. That's it.
I think sometimes that can be too predictable because it's like 75th minute he's gonna bring in Trossard. Sometimes you gotta bring him in a little earlier. Let him get into the game a little more.
I think Arteta waits too long.
But the problem we're having with is I'm not going to put this. Mikel, I think he doesn't trust his bench. If you ask me,
I agree.
I think he doesn't trust the bench. Watch the game against Portland, right? Kai Havertz was a nuisance they got a yellow card early, and the first person they took out was someone that didn't have a yellow card, right? I understand our tactics, but come on, just do something else with a striker. We had 0 shot on target, right? Yeah. Bring in Eddie K. Let him run around. Let him try a shot.
I think the thing about it is, I do think maybe hopefully this summer we'll do really well. We'll maybe buy some new players and stuff like that. Okay, so with that case, I need prediction on this thing. We'll start with that first. Well, what's left in the Champions League? What is your predictions? I want to make sure I write this down because I see this has a knack for saying some wild stuff when it comes to predictions.
Okay.
So starting with Arsenal Porto, what is your prediction for the return leg?
I think a high goal. I feel like one thing is that Arsenal have to get an early goal in that game because if anything, Porto's gonna come to London. They're gonna park the bus. The bus is gonna stay parked.
Everybody parks the bus
these days
anyways. Everyone parks the bus these days. They can Arsenal anyway. So
what do you have the prediction for?
See, if Arsenal get an early goal, I think they can go on to win the game. But if it starts getting to like
you don't sound confident. I need some confidence.
I'm worried. Honestly, I'm very, very worried.
Okay, so what is your final score? What is your prediction of finals?
I think it'll be maybe 3-1 Arsenal. Maybe
3-1. Wow.
3-1.
Okay. Yeah, let's see your prediction.
Okay, I usually don't make predictions, to be honest with you. That's my thing. But let's analyze this really quick.
Yeah.
What I think is going to happen. I've seen Paul park the bus, I've seen the game.
Yeah,
So
fair.
if we can do one goal in the first 20 minutes, I think it's gonna be 5.
Ooh, 5.
I think it's gonna be 5. And I tell you, if we can do one goal in 20 minutes, I think it's gonna be 5.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be 5.
Because now Portugal's going to try to chase the game too, and it's
They still won't come out. They still won't come out after one. They won't come out after one. If you think you saw the boss, you're gonna see the boss times 2 this time around. They still won't come out. They'll play one striker up front. They still won't come out. When we get that one goal, I know for a fact that the fans are gonna be up for it under the lights. If we get a second in the first half,
it's over. Yeah.
It can't.
It might be 5-6. I see what you mean. No,
Yeah.
I expect what happened with Arsenal launch to happen again. I think Arsenal went into that game the same way, a little timid, a little lackadaisical. That Lens game as well, and then they got shocked. I think they forgot. For example, if you remember that Lens game, that's their first time in Champions League in like 15, 20, whatever years. So they had this level of energy up here that Arsenal couldn't match, and they got stung. And I feel like it's the same thing, right? So I feel like when Porto pulls into Arsenal, I think they're going to be shocked of the level of energy that's the thing that's going to bring. There are days where I can turn on an Arsenal game and I can watch, like you mentioned, the first 2 minutes. I'm like, oh man, we're going to struggle today. Oh man, it's going to be a long game. And then there's some games where I turn on and I watch the first 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, the boys are up for it today.
Yeah,
I feel like that's going to be the kind of game. I feel like we're going to get one of those games where you're going to be like, damn, we were on it today.
So if I ask you, what would your midfield trio be like for the Portugal game?
Midfield trio, oh man, I want to be selfish, and I love what I saw this past week. And I think because what Porto was going to do is they really did that start and stop. You touch them, they fly. You touch them, they go down. And I think a guy like Jorginho can really be the coach, the on the floor coach. And really, when those start to happen, because if you really truly look at it, the Arsenal team is still really young.
And we're physical. In case you don't know that,
Exactly.
we're physical.
Arsenal is very physical. So if you got a guy like Jorginho that can play that base and allow us the Rice to kind of drift back and forth, Rice has to be able to go back and forth, because if he's able to do that, then I think Porto is in trouble. And then you have Rice kind of going back and forth between that defense and that midfield area, and then you have kind of hard to kind of taking that baton from him. It's like a relay in that middle.
Yeah.
Do you know the secret to this is going to be what we did to Newcastle in the first half? What we could do to them? You owe them. I'm not talking about Newcastle getting out of their own half, out of their own box. Newcastle couldn't get out of 18. Like you had Saliba, Kivio, and Gabriel right at the heart of the midfield, and you had everybody pushing. If we can do that, and the secret to that is someone like Declan Rice. Once we lose the ball up front, we're biting. Block from the front.
Yeah,
that's it.
It has to be free. Really? Okay. Well, we all have Arsenal winning. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that I can go get to watch it at a pub. There's a pub here. That they're always watching the Arsenal game. I've never been able to make it, so I might be able to make that. But I think the afternoon we're off from work. So, all right. So next one. But before we go there, I said you had some questions for Julian, right? He had some questions prepared for you. And it's not every day you get to speak with a aerospace engineer, okay? You can see the way he's analyzing it. You know he's up there, right? So I'm going to leave the floor for you, that's it. And go ahead and hit him with all your questions.
So, my first question is, what's your favorite memory as an Arsenal fan?
Ooh.
Favorite memory that'll be my first game. My first game at the Emirates. That was my first game at the Emirates.
Oh wow.
Oh, I go to the Emirates twice a year. But okay, so that was the Leicester City game in 2000. That's before COVID. I'll say that was 2017. Leicester game, and if you remember this goal, it was by Alba. It was a build up from the back. It was Bellerin, Chaka, Torreira, Guendouzi, back to I can't remember that sequence right now. Back to Lacazette, Ozil did the dummy. He opened his legs.
Oh, that one.
And all that time, like, I was
when he started
running.
talking about that sequence, I was like, I remember that one.
Yeah,
I
goes
remember
on.
that one. Yeah,
That was a very good memory of an Arsenal. But I could just put on back to the Champions League off against Real Madrid. I remember that season it was a requirement with Villarreal. There was a Villarreal. We played them in the quarterfinals. We played Real Madrid in the semifinals before we met Barcelona. I can remember Thierry Henry dragging players, like he was dragging them, and they finished with the left foot. And you had Guti, and I'm sorry, I'm going way back now. So that was 10 years ago.
I love it. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Keep
so
going.
next question.
Oh, also my favorite. My next question is, who is your all-time favorite Arsenal player ever?
Just one player. He's got to be one player. He's got. Okay, so this is it. I'm being honest.
Uh-oh.
I'm being
I
honest.
have to think about it. Okay, I'm listening.
I have to think about it. Because I know City left Arsenal and he went to Barcelona, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, he could easily say you would. But I'll say for me, I'll say Ian Wright.
Mm.
Right. To this day, he still keeps repping Arsenal. Like,
Yes,
right.
yes.
To this day, so I saw a bit of his game, like 2 seasons before he left Arsenal, and you know, and to this day, Titi is a great, obviously, but man, right.
I think
Right.
Arsenal fans are appreciating writing more now than he did when he played, because when you start to hear all those records and you realize who's holding them, it's like, wait, it's not Henry, it's Ian Wright that's holding that record. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, I have nothing else I'm going to ask, but I'll let Asid finish.
Okay.
That's it.
Listen,
Hey, my last question. My last question was, your favorite. Like, what jersey was your favorite?
Ooh,
Jersey was my
Well,
favorite. I think it was the 0-2. It was the 0-2 Burgundy.
Yes, I remember that one.
What year?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I remember that one very much so. This is going way back.
And I think this was 2004.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 2004. But recently is the JVC retro. I have it. By the way, I'm also a collector of so many jerseys. So I have trading keys. I have all these things like Arsenal, but the retro JVC, the JVC retro.
This 02.
This is the that's it. That's one right there. Come on.
Oh,
And every time I see that jersey, I only remember one player. Only
Thierry
one.
Henry.
Yes.
Is it? It's Thierry Henry, right?
It's like it's just I think it's like
Right.
burgundy and gold. Oh,
Yeah.
that jersey was special. That jersey was special. Yeah.
That's also. I like the one you have on. I like the pink you have on as well. Very nice.
Nice. Thank you.
So, are you going to ask your questions?
That's my question.
All right, I got some follow-up questions for you.
Okay.
Man.
Let's do it.
Name your Mount Rushmore of Arsenal players. Your top 4 ever Arsenal players.
Top 4 ever. Arsenal player. Easy.
Wow.
Easy.
Okay.
That's easy. All right, so let's start. And rest in peace to the late Antonio Reyes, who was a very fantastic footballer. And I'll go for too bad to say, I'll go for Fabregas. Fabregas was like he did very, very well. Thierry Henry.
All time Fabregas in the all time list.
I mean,
Oh my God.
at the moment,
Okay.
I know it's quite disappointing. It's quite disappointing. You know what? Okay, let's kick Fabregas out. It was just Chelsea. Let's kick him
we
out.
have Reyes,
I'll put Vieira right there.
We have
Yeah.
Reyes,
I'll put
Vieira.
Vieira.
Okay.
I'll put
you change your
Vieira.
mind. Okay. Vieira. Okay.
I'll put Vieira.
Okay.
Then I'll put Sol Campbell.
With Soul
And
Man.
just for one reason, right? So, just for one reason, he signed for Arsenal from Tottenham Hotspur. So that's
we don't
right there.
mention the name.
We don't take that.
We don't mention it.
He's
And Thierry Henry.
And
Thierry Henry. That's
Reyes,
it.
Vieira, Henry, and Soul.
Yeah.
Williams, right?
No, that's what we're gonna ask. No, Ian, right? What's
No, I
going
didn't
on?
put it. No. Right now, I didn't put it. I mean, see, I know what he did on and off the pitch as a person, right? Well, if I'm going to play right now, I'm not going to put Ian in front of Thierry Henry, obviously. You know.
You put Thierry Henry on the left.
No, that's true.
Okay.
Well,
Well, you see what I did? I put a defender, I put a midfielder, and I
see
put
that.
someone
I
to
see
the
that.
left. Yeah,
All right.
just like that.
All right, we're gonna do rapid fire. We're gonna do rapid fire. This or that. Okay. I got
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This or that rapid fire. Okay. Early games or late games?
Late games.
Late game.
Late games, absolutely.
For the late games.
Chelsea or Tottenham?
Oh. What kind of question is that?
Who do you hate most, Chelsea or Tottenham?
It's got to be Chelsea. I'm sorry. It's got to be Chelsea.
All right.
It's got to be Chelsea. Like I will not. It's got to be Chelsea. And that's because I have friends who are Chelsea fans who wish me well
Yes,
as well.
yes.
So
We have mutual friends. I
Yeah.
hope he's listening to this one because right now they're stinking it up, and I am happy. So I'm cool with
I'm
that.
so glad.
All right, next one. Candle or Jungberg?
You got to be Cannon.
Okay. Ian Wright or Robert Pires?
Yeah, right.
Ian Wright or Reyes?
I'll take Reyes.
Reyes, okay.
And there's a reason, right? There's a reason, right? Because it was just rest
Yeah.
his soul. Yeah.
Henry or Bergkamp?
TT.
TT. Vieira or Rice?
Rice, baby.
You think you're Rice over Vieira?
I'm telling you, rice, baby.
Oh,
Rice,
man.
baby. Yeah.
I
See, you can say these. See, I know what I'm saying. Right now, rice, baby, please.
All right. I'm gonna jump back and forth a little bit. Emirates or Haggerty?
Ivory.
Tiger. Hey man, I hear you.
It's simply
Fun
disappointed.
fact,
I said Vieira. I said Rice instead of Vieira.
I said no. Go ahead. What do you think about that thing?
Vieira
I
put
don't
in a
know.
transfer request.
You know,
he put in a
the thing
transfer
is that
request to go to
There's still a
Juve.
chance he goes to Chelsea, though. You know, like just imagine, think about it, and realistic to the scenario, right? Until he retires, we don't know what he's gonna do. So
All right, so
I'm
I'm
just
telling
saying
you
Vieira
now,
because he's the
Vieira
captain.
he put in a transfer request to go to Juve. Come on.
Well,
You remember that, Ramon, right? Just like Alexander Song
I know,
put in a transfer
I
request
know.
to go to Barcelona. Come on. Nah, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's breaking a little bit. It's breaking a little bit here. So we have one more. I have one more for you. Can you hear me? Are you good?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear.
Okay, I can hear you. All right, one more. We're gonna go to the Afrobeats really quickly. Burna Boy and Wizkid.
None of them, man. I'm sorry. I'll take Burner.
So who would you replace both of them with?
Oh, the video, of course.
yeah.
Come on. Oh, Steve, what about you?
No, I don't really know. You see, I'm
I am president. I am the president of Burna Boy fan club.
No, he is very much.
Yeah, I like Burner. I like Burner's song. I like Burner's song. Maybe not his personality, but I like Burner's song.
We can separate both, right? I'm not a big fan of him, especially when he gets to the Twitter fingers. Not a fan.
Yes, true.
And his
true.
interviews a little weird to me. But
Yeah.
performance-wise, I've been to 2-3 of his performances in Houston now. I think it's still one of the best. You're gonna enjoy every dollar. So, all right.
Makes sense.
So now we have come. So here's what I want you to do, quickly, right? I said we're back to this right now. The section where I said we're going to go to is Midtable mandem. I do not know who's going to pick.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this.
So I'm just going to give him the floor. He's going to give his Midtable mandem, and then just let him rock, okay? And if you have questions for him, feel free. I'm just letting everybody know I don't know if everything parts in this because the last 3 weeks people have been coming after me. I don't have nothing to do with it. I said, go ahead, take the floor.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and today, this week's Midtable Mandem is Saudi Arabia's Newcastle United. Yo, no lie, this team's been absolutely trash recently.
Wow.
Like, I'm not gonna no lie. I've been happy with Newcastle. They've been not doing well right now. They just keep slipping down the table. You know, they're edging closer to Chelsea right now. Think about that. They're edging closer to Chelsea right now. That's bad. Very, very. They're edging, even edging closer to what's it called? Last week's midday with mandem West Ham United. I haven't given it back to West Ham United because I haven't played yet. So I don't know if they've proven themselves or not. But yo, Newcastle United yesterday were awful. Oh my goodness.
Wasn't that that bad or Arsenal was just that good?
Both.
Okay.
Yo, let's look at the records, right? Let's look at the records, right? I can see that they are in the last 5 games. They've won 3 games. They've won 3 of the last 5 games, and I think they had two draws, and three of those games away games, right? It was on away ground. So
yeah, absolutely terrible away from.
No. They have a good away form. That's what I'm saying. They won Aston Villa away. Hold on, they won Fulham away. They won Nottingham Forest away. I think that was a 3-2 game. I think the game against Luton Town was one of the best games, so far. Like, I'm talking about proper Premier League mid-table tussle.
We're gonna go back to that mid-table mandem, right? I wanted to take a moment to give flowers, right? And the person I wanted to give my flowers to on this episode is none other than Kai Havertz.
Yes.
Because I think he has been so maligned and abused and just absolutely been run ragged by even Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm starting to realize is there's a lot of people that don't understand the game. They're just watching and watch for goals and watch for the flashy stuff. What you're not going to see with Kai Havertz is you're not going to see any flash. But if you watch the Arsenal game, the last 5 games, I would just have to respect people from a bird's eye view. That means like watching the full stadium, the full field, right?
Yeah.
His work rate, his ability to play link up, his ability to be a menace.
He's a menace.
His ability to be a menace is absolutely phenomenal, right? So I think people, and he's on 7 goals? Yeah, I think he lost. He's from Newcastle. He's had 7 goals, 8 goals this season already. 8 goals and assists. So I really think people need to start apologizing to him.
Yes.
Correct. So, but it's all good. I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate his work ethic, his ability to just absolutely ball out. So, which is great. I'm really, really happy that he's finally getting recognition he deserves. I think people really recognize now that he truly is a proper baller.
Yeah.
And I think that, I think there's going to be some good action coming from him. And I think he's one of the reasons why we won 5 games.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that Arsenal game, you see that he's absolutely killing it. So I think we got something back. Is he back? There it is. All right. Can you hear us?
I'm sorry.
So no worries. I was just saying, I don't know if you heard me. I was talking about flowers I was giving to Kai Havertz.
I heard that. Kai Havertz. And I think, to be honest, what do you think of?
I think he's good. I don't have a problem with Kai Havertz, honestly. The only problem I have with him coming to Arsenal was how much they spent on him, because he wasn't really proven back then.
Well,
Champions League winner.
16 mil is a lot.
I think for me personally, money is relative, especially in this market now. Listen, Caicedo went for 100 million.
Yeah.
Right? Caicedo went for 100 million. I remember when I signed him, I remember I was having a conversation with TJ. He was like, oh, it was crap. Chelsea loves giving Arsenal all their garbage players and this and that and all this thing. And I said, if Arteta can unlock Kai Havertz, I think people forget how good Kai Havertz was with Germany.
Yeah.
And before he left Bundesliga. I think people forget.
He was really good back then.
He was a wonder kid. Right? And I think it's still there. And you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Odegaard. Man, they dragged Odegaard when he was in Madrid, went out on loan. He wasn't this, he wasn't that. Listen, when Arsenal is clicking, I love the fact that he's also a high work rate player.
Yeah, he is. He covers a lot of ground.
So I think a lot of people end up apologizing to Odegaard and Havertz in the long run. Go ahead, Malik.
No, so for Kai Havertz, to me, I had a problem with more than spent on kind of the 65 million. I think it was just so much, and also because we have this record for players crossing over from Chelsea to Arsenal, and it's always like the whole Willian and it's not good. And but I'm an Arsenal supporter first, so I'm not a player supporter. So that's why when you're asking me this or that, I'm picking loyal. I'm picking players players who are loyal to the club and who's still loyal to the club. And for Kai Havertz, for me, I still don't think he's a. I still don't think he's an. I'll be honest. I don't rate Kai Havertz. I don't rate him at all. I do not. But let me just be honest, right? But in an Arsenal shirt, I will support him in an Arsenal shirt, and I will support the manager, and that's what I'm coming at. As an individual player, I play maybe not as much to that level, or I watch, or I coach, or I play video games, and I could see things I want players to do. And my style of play is not just to do the basic things, but to kind of be the person. No, I know not every player we have in an Arsenal is going to be like instrumental in everything, but it's not the price tag. I just feel without the ball, Kai Havertz is better without the ball. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
A player better without the ball, which means when he gets the ball,
that's true.
Yeah, Kai Havertz is not the kind of guy you want him touching the ball in a series 4, 5, 6 times, type push. He's either I'm turning it back this way, I'm tapping it into the net kind of guy. He's more of the let me run and create havoc, right? And then
Like Jesus,
and a lot of times, sometimes because he's I think people forget how big he is. When he runs down those channels, he pulls 2 defenders with him.
He pulls.
And that ends up giving people on the back end a lot of
I raise my hand up. Not saying I didn't rate Kai Havertz. It's just my personal opinion, because when I'm looking at Granit Xhaka and I'm looking at Santi Cazorla, obviously we won't have any player like Santi Cazorla who can cross the ball with his left or right foot. Well, what I would have wanted for a player in that role, you know what? Let's just give it to Kai Havertz. But we want to be a proper Arsenal physical team, just create so much thing going on. Put in Kai Havertz for me. And in some games when I don't see Kai, look at the game against West Ham, right? Kai didn't play, right? And we lost the game.
I think we talked about that on this podcast.
We lost the game.
Man, we could have used that guy right there. I think that if there's anything that you want to see about him, that is it right there. When he's not playing, you miss him.
You miss him
And
when
he's not playing.
Yes.
The problem is he tends to. He's not there, right? He disappears, and that's his problem.
And listen, there's this debate about Kai Havertz. I know guys on Twitter that they think they have this narrative, and I think they too have some narrative. When he's called, the first thing they want to do is they want to tag me. They want to hack me and say, "Oh, look at it, he's doing it right now." And I'm like, he's an Arsenal player. I'm going to support him regardless. That doesn't mean I rate him. I'm going to support him regardless. And I'm not giving him sticks or give him any. I just feel that if Kai Havertz's goal is not there, if Kai Havertz's goal is not there, I think you'll be having the same conversation I'm having right now by saying,
I was skeptic, but I think at the beginning, but I think I saw how Arteta wanted to play early on.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of, I know people joke about him emulating Pep. He is kind of still emulating Pep. He loves that guy that can come down from the forward, try to be physical down in the midfield, and also run channels. If you look at that Man City team, they have a host of them. What's up?
Also, one thing you say he seems like Pep. Tell me why. When I was watching the game yesterday, I saw I don't know if you noticed, but I saw Ben White slowly move toward the middle a little bit. I don't know if you saw that.
Exactly.
That's what Pep's been doing for a year. So slowly concerned.
Ben White is the inverted right back right now, not Kivio. I don't think Kivio is that. So Ben White plays inverted right now because Kivio is not so good with the ball. I wouldn't say not so good with the ball, but he won't create with the ball. Well, Ben White is inverted right back right now. So and that was the same thing he was trying to get Thomas Partey to do. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Thomas Partey.
You don't think a world class midfielder and put him
go
on
out.
the right
Right
one. I don't care. Put him, stick him in the middle. Let him do his job. So I really do hope for the remainder of this season, what's left of the season, I hope Partey can be a productive part of the team. I hope Jesus is supposed to be back soon too.
He's on the bench today.
He's like, yeah. So I don't know, Jesus. I think the problem with Jesus' knee is going to be a long-term thing because that knee has been the same problem since way back. So I'm not. I'm not
The
truly.
problem might have been when he got injured in the World Cup.
Yeah, no,
Got
I
a
think
rest
it is. So I'm not really because
He was
anytime
rushed
you
back.
take
He
an
was
athlete,
rushed. He was rushed back.
anytime you take an athlete and you're doing draining of the knee, being adding fluid lubricants to your knee, it's never good. It's
Mhm.
and hopefully maybe next week we'll bring your other Uncle Latif on. He's had series of knee drains and fluids and things like that. It's just it never goes away. He has that from football and track. It just never goes away.
Goes away.
So, and the problem when you're playing at the highest level,
Yeah.
that knee is always going to be an issue.
Yeah.
So,
And something about Gabriel Jesus again, if you look at it right, I really think it was rushed back. During that
I
time,
agree.
we having the title, title race
he
in
was
China
making, like,
and everything.
3
yeah.
It was rushed back. He had the surgery. He's had a recent procedure again on that same knee.
Yeah, the same
And
knee. Yep.
and so, what would you think? I think I think, and everyone is saying, "Oh, Victor Osimhen and all these world class." I do not want those kind of players in Arsenal. To be honest with you, I don't want those kind of players in Arsenal. I want Arsenal to go to Spain or Germany and just get them an average striker. And I will use the word average because I don't want the top rated with.
Like young.
Yeah. See, there's something called like where the player comes in. I'm looking at the kind of player Osimhen is. Did you see Osimhen in the World Cup? Did you see Osimhen in the World Cup? It was terrible. It was terrible, and that was because of the style we played. Really packed the box. Every game was like a knockout, so we really packed the box. But I'm looking at Osimhen. I don't see the movement. All I see is strength, physicality, and I need a striker. And in the Premier League right now, and when we're going
Somebody
to go
that
for
fits the
Dominic,
system.
Yeah,
when we're going to Dominic, say Alexander Isak. Oh my God. I want that guy. Like if Arsenal can go get him,
too. I wanted
if Arsenal can go get him. Right now we don't have him. Maybe we can do with Solanke, right? I think.
Yeah, Solanke's good too.
I think he will do the
I
job.
see what you're trying to say is basically a striker that has a high work rate. I can drop to the side, I can drop to the middle, I can just absolutely be chaos. You know what?
I mean,
if we can get a guy like that can also move, we get a guy like that, and you pair him with a Havertz that can run down the channels. Good luck to the center backs. Because it's got to be hell. Because now you got to pay attention to this center back that's going to drop in and pull one.
No, but one thing is that I think one problem was that Arsenal looked very, very stable against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Because they had like technically two more midfielders.
Mhm.
You think about Kai Havertz, he's not necessarily a midfielder.
No.
So I feel like they're more exposed but going backwards. Like recently, they're more solid going forward.
But here's the deal. When you have a guy like a Jorginho or a Partey compared with a Rice in front of that back line, bro, nobody's doing anything. I think that shows why our defense is the best in the league right now. Because it just solidifies that defense. Because before anybody can do anything with that back line, we're already good.
We press up forward from four. The press is really good.
So I don't know who we're gonna get. I want to not have any expectation. I want to be blessed. I'm not even gonna follow what's his name, Fabrizio Romano. This
it's good. It's good the fact that we all understand that we need a striker because Gabriel Jesus' injury record. It's like you said, it's not going to get better. I don't want to see Kai Havertz as my striker. I think it's okay. I think he's a very good player, and I think we could do with him for the rest of the season. Playing that role. And if Kai Havertz was a very good player, Do you know, yesterday we would have killed the game in the first half
I
with
agree.
like 4 or 5 goals.
I agree.
If Odegaard could shoot with his right foot for once,
Yes, please.
for
Oh my
once,
goodness.
for once, I think we would have made it would have been good. And
You
I
know
also
what I think
think
is impressive? At the beginning of the season, Aston playing was after Saka. And one of the criticism he had of Saka was, I
He
wish
was
he
right
used
foot
the
more.
right foot more.
Yeah.
he's been doing
And it
that.
seems like he
He was-
hurt because his last 3 goals have all been right footed.
Hey,
Yeah.
but last season, if you could root against Leeds, it's called on the right foot. There was this team we played in the Europa League as well.
It's just not consistent.
Well,
You
this
just
season,
need
did
to
you
do
see
it
the
more
game? Did you see
often.
the goal against Nottingham Forest? Did you see the game against Nottingham Forest? I didn't think he
I
was going
did.
to hit that ball with his right foot, and went.
And I think
Right.
that's why I think what happens is, and it's because I mean, when I played in high school, not Brighton, I didn't even go any for anything. But we get like a pre-game kind of like analysis of the other team, right? Your coach will tell you, this guy don't let him get on this foot. This guy don't let him do this, right? Okay, this is his favorite foot. He's gonna try to get on his left foot to shoot. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
you have that on your mind.
it's the same for pros. It's like, okay, you know this guy is going to try to get on that left foot and pull the trigger. Now, if the guy like that cannot switch to doing the right foot,
There's a problem.
good luck to you defending him. He just needs to be more. And I think the minute, now that he's getting more consistent with that right foot, I think he's going to go to another level.
Yeah.
I think he's going to
Yes.
go to another level. So
Yes,
I am
yes.
excited for him.
So is Saka world class? Oh, I know we don't have this. We're not gonna have the
Absolutely.
discussion.
Absolutely.
What about you,
worth
sir?
it.
Absolutely.
I
don't
think it's
know
top
if-
class. I think
I
it's
don't
top
think-
class, not world class.
Okay, can I ask you this? People that play in this position, like there we are, like 5 minutes. People that play in this position, name me 5 people in that position that will
No,
consider
it's second. I think it's right after Salah. It's right after Mo Salah.
That's world
right?
class then.
That's world
No,
class.
it-
then.
See,
Because, no, technically speaking, I go to school, so I know this. A class is not one person.
okay. Okay.
Don't get
Okay,
it.
okay, okay,
I said,
okay.
be careful here. You are speaking to aerospace.
Yeah, but I go to school.
No.
It's
I
not one
think so.
person
This
in
is
a
it.
class.
I think I wouldn't say it's not world class, but I think the debate is valid. There could be a conversation. I want to listen to those kind of conversations about Saka being world class, because if he puts out his thing first like he did during the midweek against Porto, I don't see Lionel Messi doing that at any game.
I think.
don't-
I think what happens because of inexperience. I think we could chalk that up to inexperience, because people forget that he's still very young.
Yo, yeah, it's 22. Yeah.
You know, and especially when you're that young, you're impressionable. Where if the rest of your team, and that's the next level he needs to get to, where if the team is not doing well, he can just say, no, give me the ball, let me go.
Yeah.
That's the next level, right? But I do think last season and end of last season and some months of this season, or even I can go back 2 seasons ago. Without Bukayo Saka, we're not where we are.
Yes. You're
Like,
right.
there was
You're
one
right.
point where he played like every game for like 3 years straight, something like that.
Yes,
Bro, I was
yes.
so
And
scared.
even in the England team as well. Like he plays in the Euros. He got to the final of the Euros. Like he's world class. I understand. I just think that there could be a debate that I would want to listen to, because there's some point when I look at them, I look at Kylian Mbappe. I look at Haaland. I look at Kevin De Bruyne, and I'm like, okay, these are world class players. And someone's going to
You
tell me
reckon
that. And someone's going to tell me Harry Kane is a world class player, but he's never won a trophy.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But he's never won a trophy. What's making him a
But-
world class player? By taking them to the final?
I do think if you were to put a projection together for Bukayo Saka, barring any injury in the next 5 years, I think he's going to be one of those players that's going to be like, whoa. Because
Yeah.
you also forget how big and strong he is.
Yeah, he's strong. He's what's
You know,
165.
he's very humble. He's not a show-offy kind of guy. And I really, really do wish he never painted his hair blonde, because I wanted to punch him.
Oh my God, those
Yeah,
games
that was
cost
so
us.
weird.
Those games
Wow.
cost us.
But,
Those games
but
cost us.
all jokes aside, I really do feel like Saka is one of those once-in-a-generation type of player.
Yeah.
If he can just hone in on that right foot too, he really is. Oh, well, and also I hit the ball better.
True, true. And I see some Chelsea, I'll call mandem. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chelsea guys, and they'll
Midtable.
come in and tell me that Cole Palmer's on the bench, Saka in the England
That's
team.
garbage. That's
In
still
what world
garbage.
is that gonna happen? In what
I
world is that
truly
gonna
don't.
happen?
I cannot count in the entire top 5 leagues, not counting the Farmers Friends League. I don't see 5, 10 players that are better than Bukayo Saka in that
It's
position.
like there's maybe one.
In that influence,
Other than
the influence to the game.
I think it's only Mo Salah. I think in the
Only Mo
world,
Salah.
it's only
With
Mo Salah.
influence to the game, because this is how you know a player is good. When he gets the ball, and I've seen him more this season than I've ever done, you'll see he automatically commands 2 players off the bat.
That's okay. That's what I'm trying to listen to. That's a good point right there. Like
Like he gets the ball, or they
the
know.
fear factor is right there. The fear factor is right
Look
there.
at the last
You
5
know.
games he played. Even though he's played well, when they know he react up, but Arsenal has this pattern of playing, right? Where when Sakai is hugging that line, right, and Odegaard kind of has that ball between White, like eventually that ball is going to Saka.
Good second, right?
Yeah.
Automatically, you see that back. Just edging towards that side, and the center back is also coming over because you don't want to leave your left back or right back, your grandmother, your daddy on an island with Saka. You will lose every time.
True.
That's
Didn't that open up place?
that he opens up everything, because now that's why I keep saying you need to get that right foot really working. Man,
Yeah.
good luck.
I think
Because
it's good enough.
what happens is he can do that cutback. When he does that cutback, that his finishing is ridiculous.
His finishing is really good too.
So
Oh my god! The goal against West Ham, the 5th goal
I
against
think
West Ham.
in the next 5 years, if he stays at Arsenal, then God willing, he's gonna stay till he retires, and Arsenal's he's gonna be the thing captain.
You already captain.
I'm just saying, at the out and out captain of the team.
Captain.
I can see that. Because he's quiet, but he has a humble ego about him. As like, no, I am Bukayo Saka, and I know what I'm doing. So,
Good stuff. This is the kind of conversation I try to listen to.
Exactly.
When they say Bukayo Saka is world class, I need you to give me things, points, for you to back that up. And like Russia right now, you already said, if you can command, if you get the ball and you can see 2-3 players already on the back, then you know that okay, he's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
All right, my man. We have reached the end of, and we went way more than I expected today, which was fantastic. This was great fun.
This is fun, man.
This
This
is
is
great
fun. I really enjoy this.
Thank you for joining our show, and I hope this will not be the last time. And well, you know what we're gonna do? I think maybe when we have another big game coming up, hopefully Arsenal makes the Champions League or something, we got to do you got to come back and give us one more. You got to come back.
Yeah.
And give us one more.
I'm always available. Trust me.
Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for watching. Remember to follow us on our IG Sid and Onk Pod. We are on YouTube at Sid and Onk. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, share it with all your family members. Again, we are on Operation Get Us Sid to the Copa America as a correspondent. So we would like to see you sit in the media post-game room asking all the hard questions.
Yes.
So again, please follow, like, share, subscribe. And we thank you all for watching. It has been a great conversation today. Thank you for joining.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I have one singular question. This is a yes or no answer question.
Okay.
Do you think Arsenal is gonna win the league?
Ooh.
No.
Ouch. And on that, we call it a day. That's it. Sorry to break the bad news to you. My man here said we're not winning. Thank you for joining the game one more time. Really, really appreciate it. It's been a fantastic conversation. Sid, it was good to see you. Have a great week. Have a great week. Thank you for joining. It's been good. Have a good one, guys. 1, 2.